and most don't do a damn thing except talk about what they're going to talk about and what other people are actually doing. Yuck, I can't wait for this to be over. People are out here trying to make a name for themselves on the hard work of others. I'm so over how unfairly she is being treated, and we all know why. We all know if she was a man, what the narrative would be. She is more qualified than you, me, and certainly the orange idiot. Part of me hopes Trump wins so people can learn a very hard lesson. He is a joke, a rapist, and a racist, and yet that isn't enough for people. Talk about why this race is so close. Doesn't scare you to live in a world? Doesn't it scare you to live in a world where a guy like him can make a statement that threaten people's lives and still be polling high? That is a topic. Miss me with all these mostly lies about her. Highly disappointed, but certainly not surprised. Okay, so first of all, I agree. All right, I do have aspirations to run for office and do something in politics. So from that standpoint, she's right. From the standpoint of there are a lot of people who do a lot of talking, who do a lot of uh, chatting about what somebody else isn't going to do and is qualifies themselves and stuff like that. So from that standpoint, I do agree, which is what actually got me to want to be involved and be vocal about it. So from that perspective, okay, I can see what she's saying. But her point about Project 2025, because it's been mentioned to me by not just her but multiple Harris supporters, is I just don't get how he wasn't the author of Project 2025, but because he mentioned something about this, that he ultimately now has to get blamed for it, or where I'm not clear on where the association between Donald Trump and Project 2025 is so aligned. That at least they didn't prove that to me throughout this entire campaign. Now the point about us judging Harris on a higher scale, or because she's a woman and she's not getting judged as fairly, she's not being judged fairly. That's the way it should be, right? It's the way it should be. It's not, is it fair? No, it's not fair. But at the end of the day, you are the current vice president. You have spent so much time talking negatively about him to where, just like if you're talking so much about somebody else, eventually the at least the critical thing is like, well, what you do, what makes you qualified? And you're right. She's incredibly qualified. I've given her credit for being in the position that she's in and making it to the position that she's in. But when it comes to the specific thing that she's running for, you got to just be honest and say who's more qualified for the position that they're running for. That doesn't make it so she's a bad person. That doesn't make it so it diminishes the things that she's accomplished in the past. Not at all. That's not at all what people are doing. In fact, it inspires people. It inspires people to get out. At least for me, I can only speak from my perspective. I can't speak for any troll out there on the internet that has a lot of shit to say. From my perspective, it actually inspired me to, like she said, go run for local office, get more involved in my local office, get more involved with things out here in West Palm Beach. It actually did inspire me. So on some level, we're agreeing with each other. On some level, there is an actual parallel in terms of what we're saying. I think the comment is more so geared towards people who don't do the work and this particular individual that I'm speaking, I won't put her name out there, but she has been on my podcast. We have worked at the same company. We're both speakers. We both have very strong opinions. She lives in the DC, Maryland area. That's where I'm from. So there's a lot of things that we can connect on. I'm sure if she was on here, we would have a conversation. It wouldn't be like a huge heated argument. We'd obviously disagree or whatever, but we know how to respect each other's opinions or whatever. But who she's referring to in this particular comment, this essay that she left me here, is someone who's not doing anything and they have a bunch of shit to say. That's not me. I don't plan for that to be me. The only reason I'm in this game, the only reason I could talk to you guys for a whole hour about this particular subject is because I've developed as a speaker. I'm the one that's wanting to get out and not see a country that's so divided, which is what ultimately pains me the most. That's ultimately what bothers me the most, is the fact that we are in a country, or we are living in the greatest country in the world, yet we're so divided. So to wrap everything up, to close it all out, all right, because I know I said a lot, and I was all over the place today because there was a lot of things going on. There's a lot of stuff I had to there was a lot of stuff I had to get off my chest because this has been a long process. uh, the bottom line to it, and I'll just close out by saying this: does not matter who's in office. It's your responsibility to take some accountability for your life and for you, the person listening to you, the citizen, the American citizen. All right, it's on you to go out and have a positive mindset and go out and make certain things. Go out and make something of yourself in a country that clearly, all right, clearly has proven to you time and time again that all things are possible with the right mindset, with the right persistence, with the right work ethic, all right, with the right empathy, and with the right just overall goal. If you can clearly see it, if you can go out and clearly see where it is you want to be tomorrow, and you are willing to take the steps every single day, willing to take on the negative people, you take on the saying, take on the people that are going to talk shit, take on it all. If you love your calling so much, your life work so much, if you are so willing to do it, you can go out and do whatever it is you're trying to do. Just do not run around making excuses and pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of this person did that or that person did that. That is not you. That is not the mentality that you need to take on. All right. So all that being said, be back here Friday. I have a post where I'm explaining everything. And if the first and main website, if you're new to my world, main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, it's makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. Business owners, again, if you have not yet, make sure you go to free guide. Let me make sure I take this off. freeguide.makeyourmove.com. Put your information in there.